Like, I told Mr. Clean to hook these guys. I said it 3 times, and then he didn't hook them, and I started yelling at him, and he's like, "Why are you yelling at me?" I was like, "Well, you didn't hook them."
Why are you stacking with these people?
Because they're just, I don't know, they're part of my stack.
All right. So we got Riles here this week complaining about his stack. Riles, how's it going today?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I had to wear a big red Clifford suit to work today.
That sounds like
State
a ton of
house.
fun.
It was a really interesting day. I think I sweat like 5 pounds off, but
Get rid of some of that water weight. It's always good.
I was a little dehydrated, but that's okay.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it here. You're not still in your Clifford suit, right?
I got out of it. It's still at the state house, actually.
Okay. All right. So first question, kind of a statement, then a question. If I were to say that Riles was the best mid in RD2L, how would you react?
Uh, I say that's more or less true. I mean, I'm pretty confident in my abilities, and then like other people have said I'm the best mid in RD2L too. Like leaning wise, I'm definitely the best mid. I think at least like Nerf Bubbles said I was better leaning. Dark said I was the best leaning in RD2L. I think Lala said I was a better laner than him even. So I'm not really sure who's left.
Do you think you're the best in like a 1v1 matchup or the best in
I
like
mean,
what we've had
no,
lately where it's
I think I'm best at like, but like 1v1 matchup. Like I'm not the best at like maybe like a 1v1 SF mid. I don't think I'm the best at that, but I think I'm best at playing mid. I think and like telling people what I need them to do and like laning and then buying the right items and like just I don't know, just playing Dota. I think I'm the best at it
so
in RD2L. Although I think Lala is like I don't know. It depends. I think Lala might be a better player, or like he might be a better player, but I think Lala lacks like the captaining ability and illustrating his vision of the game to his teammates, which is something that I think I do the best at. No, what makes me the most valuable.
yeah, so best at Dota. Also really good team in RD2L. You guys are 7-1 right now. You kind of speak though about a little bit there about how you make your team better. Is there anything else that makes your team the top of the pack?
What makes our team really nice and what I like most about my players is that they like they listen pretty well to everything I say and they will follow me sort of blindly, which is actually good, I think. Because and also when I get mad at them, they don't like hold it against me. They don't get to like passive aggressive. They just like eat it and then like learn from it. Because I think what most people say is like I've known as a flamer, and that's probably true more or less. But the thing is, I don't just flame. Like there's always like information in my flames, and they're usually like most people say that they're usually correct. So you just have to like extract my information from my aggressive and mean tone. But yeah, what makes our team the best is I think that they all listen to me and they all like believe in my ability to carry the game, which is something really valuable. Because in my season 11 team, my first season RD12, I was first overall picked in Monday, and my team never listened to me at all, and it's just a disaster season.
Do you think that has to do with being a player rather than a captain?
No, because last season when we won, like my team listened to me. Like I was like more or less a co-captain on that team. Like Obliv and I basically have like like a outline of like what he wanted to draft, and then I would always give like draft input. Like pretty much, I would let him do like first phase bans and first phase picks for the most part, and then like second phase, I would like give my input really heavily. And my team definitely listened to like I would do all the shot calls in the mid and the late game on that team, and they all like listened to me very well and believed in my ability to. That's what.
Okay. So talking a little bit about your team this season as well. During the drafts, I kind of wanted to learn more about your two supports, Coop and Brown Ninja. When you're picking heroes for them, is it mostly you picking the heroes, or are they suggesting?
No, I always pick their heroes as long as like I know that they're capable of playing, which is basically why how we lost that one game we lost because I didn't know Coop didn't play Bane and like Watts was like oh, I was gonna pick Night Stalker first, then Watts was like oh let's just pick Bane, he's a strong laner. I was like okay sounds good. I like playing with the Bane, and then Coop just had no idea. It was like his first Bane game or something. He had no idea what he was doing, and he was pretty useless the whole game, and we sort of lost. Well, also, and then they also got Night Stalker, which was pretty good against our draft. Yeah, that's how we lost. But no, I usually pretty much choose their hero as long as I know I can play them.
So ask them first, then pick later.
Yeah, but I think I've sort of gotten at this point a good knowledge of what I have like 3 or 4 heroes I want to pick for Coop and like 3 or 4 heroes I want to pick for Brown Ninja. That's the thing, like yeah, you can be like a very versatile team, but I think RD2L, I think it's best to just stick with a few strategies and execute them, and stick with a few playstyles because most of like the RD2L players, like, it's still a casual league and it's not the most high skill league, so most of the time, most of these players aren't versatile enough to like change or adapt playstyles, like buy the right items and knowing your role in like a certain way. So I just try to stick with like one playstyle and like have people play the same role every game, where like I try to put myself as the one position every game, and Badger, I try to play as the two position every game because I just like that play style. I think it suits best for like our team. It's the same thing I did last year with Oblivionite. I think that was probably another problem with my season 11 team is that I was just like me. So even though they first overall picked me, and yeah, we just sucked.
And I was speaking to Badger a little bit last night. He was telling me about how you guys had ran Profit once before, and I think in a scrim,
Yeah.
and it was terrible from his words. And you guys,
All right. Well, this is what happened.
oh, go ahead.
So we won game one in 18 minutes, and everyone was super cocky because we thought we were like the best team ever. They were super cocky, and I was eating, so I was like, "All right, Badgers, just draft," and I was just eating, AFK, and then Badgers just insta banning and insta picking heroes, and then he just picks Prophet because Watts said he wanted to play Prophet this game, and I don't remember exactly what heroes we had that game. I just remember that he just picked like a bunch of random heroes because people wanted to play them or something, and then he was also like insta banning things like so like they pick like say it they pick their like obviously they pick their mid hero, right, and then we ban like SF mid because he was insta banning, so it was sort of a disaster. And then I got pretty pissed because I was like, well, why are we doing this if we're not going to take it seriously? Also don't like when people get cocky. We get really cocky. It's like good to be confident, but once you get cocky, it's actually so easy to lose, especially in captain's mode games where draft matters so much. Like even you might be the better team than them, like you can't just pick whatever you want and still
Hmm.
expect to win.
And you guys ended up running the Profit again this week, though. And Watts went 6-3 and
We
7 on it.
well, let me look at that draft actually.
Uh, I used to have it pulled up.
I'll pull it up. Almost have it. Yeah, I'll explain why I picked that. Let me look at the pick order here. Um, I didn't want them to know our lanes exactly, so I first queued the two supports, which is Witch Doctor and Tusk, and I think it's really strong duo. And then I was like, well, we have like this Witch Doctor and this Tusk, and then I was like, well, why don't we just draft Nature's Prophet so we have a really strong lane? Um, Anti-mage into it, which is awful. He just anti-mage sucks against Nature's Prophet in the lane, and so he loses his tower like 4 or 5 minutes, and he can't do anything to catch up. But he's just constantly pressured the whole game. So that's why I picked that, and then I was like, well, we have a Prophet, and I'll just pick DP because I saw they had no burst on their team, and so DP's really good against lineups that have no burst damage. So I picked that, and then I just saw they had like not a lot of counters to PL, and then we also wanted a hero that could lane by himself against the Brewmaster, and we had already established last game this Brewmaster is not high mechanical enough skill to like outlane Badger, so we just stuck him solo on the PL, and he farmed well, and yeah, carried the game. I literally just played against Razor mid, and I actually sort of played badly in the lane, but it didn't really matter because I was just telling my team like we just took objectives and we won the game really easily. Also, they were tilted, I think, and their draft was really bad.
So the earlier failed draft of Profit didn't sway you at all.
I believe we first phase the Prophet, where this one we third picked him, so it was a little different. Developed a little more, where I could see that like we were able to pick it because they picked Ogre and Razor, and I thought that they would probably pick Razor mid, and even if they put him safe lane, I don't think he lanes against Prophet well. He just sent trees at him. He has no stout shield. He can't do anything. And then you have another support down there. He tries to link Razor, and then he takes a shit ton of damage from the supports and the treants. So I wasn't really scared, even if Razor was safe lane.
All right. Last question here. I know you switched over from EST Monday to EST Sunday this last season. Is there any difference between skill level and drafts or memes or just the overall feel between the two?
You see, EST Sunday is for sure much lower skill. I think most people would agree with that. Monday, it's like if I don't know, it feels a little more competitive, honestly. But maybe it's just because we're doing really well this year. But I don't know, it just feels in general Monday's more competitive, or it feels like Sunday is like I don't know. Sunday feels like there's like a lot more people there. Where like Monday has more like I don't know, like 20-year-olds or something, or like Sunday has like these 30-year-olds like Coop and Octane and all these old people that are like these 3K captains, um, that like really like Dota and they play it as much as they can. Where Monday is a bunch of like 20-year-old boys. Uh, it's higher skill too, I think, because of that to a certain extent.
All right. That's going to be it for the interview portion. So now, just really quick, I'm going to do Dota buff quiz with you because I forgot to do it last week.
But,
Something that I usually do.
oh,
Points don't matter. I just ask you questions based on your Dota buff, and if you can answer them, good job.
I'm not allowed to
Uh,
look at my Dota buff then, right?
no,
Okay.
of course not. No. So, first question. So, you're mostly a carry player by percentage. What's your most played support hero?
Most of plays support is IO.
Do you know your win rate?
I think it's like 62%.
Dead on, actually, for both of those. That's impressive, alright.
I was afraid it might be Undying, but the thing is, it wouldn't even be fair if that was the most played because I played him offlane a lot too.
Some offlane IO, that's interesting.
I also play, well, no, not IO. I meant
Oh,
Undying
okay.
offlane. I also play mid Undying too. No, I usually play IO support.
Alright, question number 2. Nailed the first one. So, classic question I've asked many others many of times. What is your highest kill count, and what hero did you get it on?
I think is it tied? It's 54 on Ember.
Got it?
Tied 54 on Ember and 54 on Storm. It was in the same week too. And Mr. Clean was in both of those games.
So you're saying,
The ranked game too.
so
Yeah,
you're saying he, he makes you a better
me
player then?
that time. Yeah, truly just enabled me in those games. Yeah, I think we almost lost the Ember game that I got 54 kills in because they had like a 7.5k Terrorblade or something, and he was like owning all my team, and we had an anti-mage I think, and he wasn't doing anything, so it was like just me versus Terrorblade
Alright.
game.
Another question based on records. What is your highest last hit count, and what hero bone and for bonus question, how long was the game?
I think I broke 1,000 CS, so I think it's like maybe
You did.
1,100, right?
Yep, that's dead on.
On SF,
Yep,
and it was an hour and 10-minute game.
hour and 14 minutes, but that's still pretty close though.
Good. I'm actually surprised. I did not think it was like I feel like I remembered it not being like a normal hero, like an AM or Naga or Terrorblade or something. I was like, oh, I think it might be SF.
Yeah, I was looking through your Dota buff, and that number really surprised me when I looked at it, and I was like, wow, this must have been like a 3 hour long game, and nope.
Did I win?
You lost.
It's probably my team's fault.
Yeah, I think the two other carries on the other team had like 700 CS both, or a piece, so.
Right, yep.
So, fourth question. What is your average kills per game?
Lifetime?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I have no idea. I'm gonna go with like 9 kills a game.
It is 9.65. So, again,
My
super
God.
close there.
Pretty close. I'm surprised. Let's just guess.
Yeah. I think for most core players or most majority core players, it's going to be somewhere around 9. So,
I've played at quite a lot of support too. More core than support, but I still play like probably at least 20% support.
I think it was around 85% core, something like that. Last question here. How many hours of Dota have you played?
Uh, let's see. I know my hours in Steam and my like Dota buff.
It would be your Steam hours.
Steam hours like I think 8,200.
8,254. So again, only 50 off, but like out of 8,000, it's nothing. So,
Plus, like I think I have probably another 600 on my Smurf.
all
A
right.
lot of Dota.
Well, I didn't factor that in, so that's my bad.
Yeah, that's okay though.
All right, so that's it for that. You got Smeezy coming up this next week. Anything you got to say to him? Any words?
I mean, I'm pretty confident that we'll win the game. I saw him play Alpaca in a scrim last night, and they lost, like pretty badly. So if Skip has trouble beating Seville mid, he's got another thing coming to him.
All right, calling out Skip. I like it. So you're saying 9-1 after this week?
Well, I think Skip might play. He probably play carry to be honest. But, so we'll see. We'll see what the lane matchups are. You never know.
All right. Thanks for speaking to me this week.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah,
Hope I gave you a good interview.
that was great. Good luck in your games, dude.